Austin Reaves is going to be special. After having some nice flashes in his rookie season last year, Austin appears to be the type of player that has all the talent in the world, and if you could really put everything together, who knows how good this guy can get. But quickly, before we get the video started, for those of you who may not know, I'm Juicy Sports, I make opinionative NBA content, and if you guys enjoy videos similar to this, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that post notification bell. I also want to quickly mention that I recently started up an MMA channel, and if you guys are interested in that, the link will be in the description. But anyways, let's get into it. Austin Reaves went undrafted during the 2021 season to the Los Angeles Lakers, and reports recently came out saying that Reaves actually had an opportunity to get drafted in the second round by the Pistons, but he wanted to go to the Lakers so badly that he was okay with signing a two-way contract with the Lakers and being an undrafted player as opposed to being drafted and drafted by the Pistons. But in Austin's rookie season, he definitely played pretty well. Now, when you look at the statistics, he put up around 7.5 points per game on 46% shooting from the field, 3.2 rebounds per game, and 1.8 assists per game as well. Now, obviously, those numbers aren't necessarily reminiscent of a player who has a ton of ability offensively, but at the same time, when you consider he was an undrafted player, they definitely are very respectable numbers. But even besides the numbers, when you watched Austin Reaves play in his rookie season, it was pretty clear that there was a ton of talent there offensively. He was just able to do so many different things offensively and really added a very nice layer to that Laker offense. Now, obviously, the Lakers were somewhat of a dysfunctional team last year, and they did struggle pretty significantly, but having a guy like Austin Reaves on that roster definitely was a breath of fresh air. But offensively, starting with his three-point shooting ability, Reaves definitely had a pretty nice ability. He had an ability to catch and shoot from that three-point range when LeBron James or Russell Westbrook was handling the ball, or he even had the ability to create for himself as well with crossover, sidestep, or step-back three-point jump shots as well. Now, when you look at his three-point percentage, he didn't necessarily shoot well whatsoever. He only shot around 32% from deep, which obviously isn't good, but in terms of his shooting form and his shooting ability, in my opinion, I definitely think he's a pretty decent three-point shooter at the very least. And I think that three-point percentage will go up as the years do progress. But now moving on to his mid-range shooting ability, Austin also had a really nice ability from that range as well. He had a nice one-dribble pull-up, he had a nice crossover, sidestep, and step back. Of course, he had a catch and shoot mid-range jump shot as well. He even at times had an ability to hit that post turnaround fadeaway, although he didn't really utilize it all that much. But overall, from that mid-range area, Austin was definitely very good in my opinion. But now let's move on to his driving and finishing ability. Now, this probably was the best aspect of his game, but once driving all the way to the basket, Austin has a ton of athleticism, so he has a nice ability to posterize players at times, but even besides that, he has a really nice ability to finish around players with crafty layups, either using his left or right hand, while at the same time also having the ability to finish through contact as well. When Austin gets a full head of steam, he's definitely a very difficult player to stop. But now let's move on to his passing and playmaking ability, because Austin definitely had a really good ability to do so, which was pretty unique considering the fact that he was an undrafted player and the fact that he is a shooting guard. But Austin has a really nice ability to find open players, either cutting all the way to the basket for easy dunks or layups, or even has a nice ability to find players in the corner for a wide open catch and shoot three-point jump shot, and just makes everybody's life out there easier. Now, obviously, he's not a true point guard out there, and he's not going to run your offense consistently, but there definitely were certain possessions where he did do so, and he did a really nice job at doing so, and overall, just whenever he has the ball in his hand, he does look to find his teammates for open looks a lot of the time. So that's definitely a very beneficial thing, not only to Austin Reaves, but of course also to the Lakers and the rest of his teammates. But now, let's move on to the question of the video, which is why I think Austin Reaves is going to be a special talent out there. Now, before we get into it, what do I actually mean when I say he's going to be a special talent? What do I think his ceiling is going to be? Well, I'm not necessarily saying that I think he's going to be an all-star type guy, and I'm definitely not saying he's going to be a superstar type player. And a question that you may be asking now is, how can I say he's going to be a special talent without even being an all-star at the very least? Well, first of all, I'm not necessarily saying that down the road he can't be an all-star. I just don't see it at this point, but I think a player could be a special talent without being an all-star type guy or even a superstar type guy. When you talk about a player like Lou Williams or similar players to him, I do see a player like that as a special talent where he wasn't really an all-star type player and he definitely wasn't a superstar type guy, but he provided so much value to his team as a six-man type player. He was fantastic at scoring the basketball once coming into the game off the bench. He also did a decent job at times at passing and playmaking, and I somewhat see Austin as a similar player. Obviously, he's not necessarily as good of a scorer as Lou Williams was at this point. Now, I do think there is a potential he will get there. Maybe he won't get there, but I definitely think he has the talent and the ability to do so. But I just see him as a very valuable player. Now, whether that means he starts for the Lakers or whatever team he does end up on in the future, as just a player that does a nice job at spreading the floor, scoring the basketball, passing and playmaking, and even playing pretty good defense, he could be valuable there, or he can even be a player coming off the bench as a six-man type guy and just provide a scoring punch for that second unit and really just have a nice ability to get everyone involved as well, because he does actually have a pretty good passing and playmaking ability, especially for a shooting guard. Now, I am very excited to see how Austin plays this upcoming season because he only has 1 year of experience, so we didn't necessarily see him all that much as of yet. But one thing that I will say is I do see Austin improving certain aspects of his game decently significantly, and I do see him becoming a better scorer while also becoming a better passer and playmaker, a better defender, and just a better player overall. Obviously, we don't know for sure yet, this is just a hunch, but I do see Austin as one of those players that just continuously improves certain aspects of his game, and then eventually when you look back in 3 or 4 seasons from now, or even longer than that, he's just a completely different player then than he is now, and obviously for the better. So I definitely see Austin as a player the Lakers should look to sign long term, and it would be interesting to see where the Lakers actually decide to end up playing him at, or whatever team he does end up going to, whether that means he's going to be a six-man type player for the rest of his career or for a large portion of his career, or if he would even be a starting level shooting guard where he would just provide certain things offensively while also providing certain things defensively as well. I definitely think he has the capability to do either or, but I guess only time will tell what does end up happening with the rest of Austin's career. But obviously, as I mentioned, I do see him as a really good player, and I do see him as a special talent going forward long term. And when you consider that he was an undrafted player, if Austin could just stay with the Lakers or just stay in the NBA for a decent amount of time and just play valuable minutes in the league, then he would obviously be a success story based on where he was drafted. But obviously, I see him as more than that. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Austin Reaves is a special type talent, and how far do you think his career can go? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did enjoy it, check one of these 2 videos popping up now, and until the next time, peace out guys.